Tired of spending the whole weekend hanging Christmas lights only to take them down a month later? Are you debating on putting up lights at all with your busy schedule or general lack of ambition? I know the feeling, and that's why I've developed a fast and easy way to get my house decorated for the season that actually looks halfway decent. No blow-up toys from the superstores at this house. It's clean, it's classic, and timeless. It's a look that never goes out of style, and best of all, I can get everything done in about an hour. Now, the lights are the star of the show, and for that, I like to use the Philips heavy duty icicle lights. They are clear, they are incandescent. I don't really mess around with LEDs. I don't really like the bright white, the super, blue white LED kind of look. I'm much more old school when it comes to Christmas lights. So this is an incandescent bulb. It's going to give you that nice yellowy glow. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm into. The heavy duty advantage is just like a heavier gauge wire. That just lets you connect more strings of lights in a safe way that's not going to, in theory, burn your house down, which is everyone's goal for Christmas. The box says you can connect up to 9 sets. I don't even get close to that. I think I connect 7 sets is maybe my max run, so I'm not even close there. Another feature is the stay lit if one bulb burns out. That is a real feature. It does work, and it is very cool that the whole thing doesn't go dead. Now, another major time-saving tip is how I actually store the lights. I use these old cardboard boxes, and I just basically cut a notch on each end. Any scrap of cardboard will do. And then what I do is I wrap the lights between those notches in a circular motion, and then the icicle part just sort of falls down the front. It keeps things organized. We're not dealing with any kind of tangles or knots or twists or anything like that. It just allows you to easily unwrap them. I use 2 outdoor extension cords for my display, one for the house, one for the garage. I like the green color. It just kind of blends into the house a little bit nicer. I also use 2 timers to control when the display turns on and off. I don't have time to be hitting switches and turn them on when I get home or whatever. I want to automate the whole thing and not have to think about it. So these 2 things have a photo cell in them. They sense when it gets dark out, and then they just turn on. There's a ton of different settings for how long you want them on. I don't need to be celebrating Jesus's birthday all night long, so I really like the 6-hour shift. In Minnesota gets dark around 4 or 5, so they stay on till 10 or 11, and that's fine for me. They come with this little remote too. I don't really mess with that too much. That's the remote. It stays in the box if I ever need it, whatever. I don't really use it. And the final piece of the puzzle is the light clips themselves. I don't really have too much advice here. Get the universal ones and just buy a ton of them. Here's 3 different styles that I like to use. Quantity is more important than the actual type. Any kind of universal clip is going to work awesome for what we're doing. I like to do a quick power check before I head outside just to make sure the whole string isn't dead or something weird like that. Make sure I don't have a ton of bulbs out. I just, again, plug it in real quick. It's easy to do, and it's just a quick check before we get outside because it's cold out there. Hey, links for all the products that I use are in the description of the video. If you absolutely have to have the exact stuff that I'm using, the links are there for you, so you can easily do that. We're outside now, and we're working right in the corner. I plugged in the timer first, followed by the outdoor extension power cord. This is unedited footage of me unraveling the lights for the first time since I put them away last winter. You'll see it is easy to do. I don't have any kind of knots or any kind of twist or snags or I'm sure you've all fought with Christmas lights that are tangled in a knot, and that is a major time suck. This is not that easily unraveled every single time. Plus, you can make them for free with all that cardboard that's hanging out in your garage from the Amazon packages. Perfect. So my goal here is to start in the corner and get the corner started and kind of clipped on in a few spots before I really get the rest of the lights into the picture here. My goal is to use that gutter to kind of hide the extension cord going up to the lights, which I will show you in a second here, but I'm just getting the corner started so that I have something to work from. Here's how that extension cord is routed. Again, I don't get too crazy with, hot glue, staples, nails, anything. I just tuck it right behind the drain spout. It's, it's not going to really fly out of there or anything like that. And it's really kind of hard to see from the front of the house. It's a dark house, dark cord, whatever. I'm not concerned with it. Now, the clips themselves, they are designed to accept the little bulbs into that little spot right there. I don't mess around with any of that. This is the fast and cheap, this is the lazy person's guide right here. Throw that clip right over the main wire. All you have to do is clip the main wire to the gutter itself, and you're golden. That's all you need to do. Just use a ton of clips, clip it on there good so it doesn't blow off, and you'll be fine. Once my corner is secured, I like to connect all my lights and get everything set up on the ground first. That lets me know that all the lights are working and are going to be fine, and then I can just grab my clips. That's what that red thing is that I'm pulling across the roof there. And yeah, I just work across the front of the garage there, pull the lights up, clip them on. It's pretty fast. I mean, this is a time lapse, so yeah, it's sped up a little bit, but it goes pretty quick. Hey, have you thought about subscribing to the channel? Well, you can. All you got to do is hit the little subscribe button, and then you get notified when I post my silly little videos, and you can watch them right away. And the best part about subscribing to the channel is that you can unsubscribe from the channel too when my videos inevitably don't meet your high standards for quality content. So, hey, it does help me out a ton. So please, if you would be so kind, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment. I respond to all of them. I really try to. I'm a small channel. I got time. Don't worry. After I get the lights up, I go back over everything and I just throw in a few more clips, make sure everything's secure. Now, I promised this video was for lazy people like me, so let's talk about shortcuts. In this area of the soffit, I ran a little bit long, so I just wrapped it right around the corner and started heading right up the roof. Now, on this part of the soffit on the garage, I ran a little bit short. I also did not care at all. This is the back of the garage. It gets into the woods. You're really not going to see it when it's lit up. See, there it is lit up. Can you tell that it's short? I don't know, not really. This other part of the house, it kind of goes up and then it drops down. And yeah, I just use one string of lights, drop that baby down. We're going to run straight across the gutters. And then on the other side, you guessed it, we're going right back up. And yeah, just kind of getting back on that gutter there when it's all lit up. You're not going to notice. I finish off the look with two pre-lit trees from Costco. These are pretty cheap, pretty inexpensive. They go on either side of the front door. And yeah, they just kind of cap off the whole thing, give it a nice homely feel. And you guessed it, I also use a timer for those too. Well, it's Minnesota and we got some fresh coating of snow on the ground. Of course, it's November, not even December yet, but who cares? Winter is here, and look at these finished results. Now, keep in mind that this entire display got set up in about an hour or maybe even a little bit less. My time's getting better every year. So yeah, it's not the most elaborate. It's not the most crazy. It doesn't have, tune into the radio and it syncs up to music and flashes and blinks and whatever. It's just a classic timeless Christmas display that shows you and the neighbors and your family and your friends that, hey, you like Christmas, you're in the season, you're with it, you're decorating, you're festive, you're celebrating Jesus. That's what it's all about. And yeah, it can be taken down just as easily there. So yeah, I think it looks great. Ooh, look at that driveway. Someone's gonna have to shovel that. That's me. Just kidding. I'm just gonna pack it down with my car.